screen you'll see my character. I was very lucky enough to get beta access, and I've been played yesterday the majority of the day. Yeah, so I played most of these for a good, I don't know, maybe 8 hours, something like that, maybe 10 in the entire day, and it says I've completed 4% of the map. So as you can see, this is going to be a pretty big game. I think there's going to be a hell of a lot, even from the maps that I've seen. It's pretty expansive and very varied. So let's put the game on. So I'm going to very quickly just take you kind of back to the beginning, really, where the game actually kind of first starts. Just so you can get an idea of what it looks like and stuff. I'll try and get you run down the map and stuff like that. As you can see, it's a pretty popular game. There's a lot of people playing this at the moment, so I find myself playing in the overflow part of this map quite often. I'm not really too sure how it looks on the live stream, but the game is really very, very nice. I mean, they've done a really good job. It all looks very nice. So I've got this running most probably not quite full settings, only because I found that it does seem to lag out a little bit more than when there's a lot of players around or in a large kind of group area. So I turned mine down a little bit because I've got it 3/4 of the way up. But, you know, I'm more than happy with that, so, oh good. That looks awesome on the live stream as well then. That's brilliant. Okay, so this here is the ever-expansive map of Guild Wars 2. As you can see, there's loads of different icons. All these hearts represent just, they're kind of like side quests or mini kind of quests. Just kind of something, you know, just a little bits and bobs that kind of either get you used to the game, or you know, either there'll be some battling to do, or it could be one of them was actually answering riddles. Riddle one was this one actually. That was quite good, I have to admit. Not too hard, but it was pretty good. And then moving on, you'll see these little kind of white, orangey type little boxes. These are all kind of locations, so they're kind of like sites you'll want to see, sites that are interesting to see, or it could just really be a house or something like that. Obviously, on the left over here you'll see there's kind of like a completion stage. You've done everything inside this map and stuff. I'm only 4 points of interest away. There's only 4 more of these I haven't found yet, but every time you do find one, you get a bit more experience as well. So, you know, Guild Wars does a really good job at kind of rewarding you while you play the game. And then moving on, there is also these little kind of blue arrows. These are kind of skill points. So you use skill points to obviously, well, gain new skills really for your character. But we'll come a bit more into that a bit later. And then the last thing on the map you'll actually see is you've got these little kind of cave symbols. Obviously, they're just caves. You know, going down to different locations from parts of the map that you can't quite see yet. And if obviously we change the underground type here, you can actually see where some of these caves go. So going inside there brings back up onto this over here. And obviously, there's some skill point stuff, and there's kind of a point of interest inside these caves. So it's definitely worthwhile looking into these caves. Okay, so that's enough of the map. Let's go back in. So, map motion's quite nice, kind of zooms you in quite nicely and brings you back out. So, yeah, you might be better watching this on a slightly smaller screen rather than the full screen. Unfortunately, there's a cap on how much I can upload or stream. So it's going to pretty much get this map this best to look like if you put it up to be actually going to really expand it anything larger. So let's give it a bit of a run around. Try and see what's inside the world. So obviously these are real players next to me. I don't know who Hayrus is, but he's a real player out there somewhere. And Kiyu Jong, or Jing, yeah. So much said just before I start, I said that I am a ranger on this game. That doesn't mean I get the class that has pets. Get away from that noise, the noise is quite loud really. So, obviously these are just NPCs, some characters, some give you quests, some don't talk to you a lot at all. Greet stuff.
I pray to the spirits of the wild, but they rarely answer.
Well, I guess the spirits can't always answer your call. They're going to be busy at some points, aren't they? So, what can you do? So, I get, luckily, the quite cool ability of being able to change animals. So here's my pet management. Just kind of what you can see on the screen is this gives you an idea of all the different types of pets that are out there that you can actually tame. Taming works a bit differently on this game. On Guild Wars 1, when you run, you have to kind of be the correct level to kind of gain them. And then obviously as long as you're at the right level, then you could tame them and then become your pet. This one's very different. All you have to do actually is you just have to find yourself a juvenile version of the animal. And if you can find yourself a juvenile version, you press F and then they become one of your pets. So the ones that I've unlocked since I've been playing is I've got the raven, a brown bear, an ice drake, which is pretty cool, a snow leopard, a arcados, it's kind of like half wolf, half bear, and I've also got an alpha wolf, an alpine wolf. But they've got some really interesting ones here. There's some quite interesting ones here. They've even got a pig. I haven't found the pig yet. I'm just making a mission to try and find him before the beta ends. And there's also what's quite interesting is you actually do have two types of combat. You have your normal kind of above the ground kind of combat, and then you have your water So obviously different type of animals are better in different areas really. You know, like the raven can't really swim, so he's not really very good in water battle, so you might not want to pick him. So here's a typical, here's a doe. We're just going to run over and have a couple of attacks at him, so you guys can see the combat. So it kind of works like any normal kind of, you know, MMO and kind of the combat-wise. You kind of, you know, attack, find your opponent you want to find. So you know, they will do here. And then obviously you've got all your attacks down the bottom here. This is the health one. It's quite cool. It's just kind of a spring. I got a trap, some spirits. So these ones here are all your weapon attacks. These 5 here, the first 5, 1 to 5 are your weapon attacks, and then 6 plus are your kind of skill attacks, so which you unlock depending on what traits you pick and stuff like that, or what skills you want to have. So at the moment I'm using this big beastie axe. So I've got some quite beastie kind of ones, so just use this number 2, launch me right over there, which is nice and fun. And it's dead. So number 1 is kind of your normal kind of attack. So one of the quite cool things about Guild Wars 2 I really enjoyed is actually about the weapons and how the weapons work and stuff like that. So being in the class I am, all these weapons that you can see here, harpoon, spear, warhorn, torch, great swords, daggers, all these different ones here, I can use all of these different weapons. So I've got quite a wide variety of different weapons that I can use. But the kind of cool part about it is that the way you unlock more attacks for these weapons is by using them. So if I take my longbow for a minute here, I've actually only got 3 kind of, you know, skills at the moment unlocked for me. To gain them other 2, what I have to do is literally use the weapon. So we'll just have a couple of shots quickly at this doe with my arrow, longbow. Cool. And before, that was sitting at point blank, that shot's in at 0%, now showing at 6%. I said it's just where it's, obviously, you know, where I've been using it, I get then access to more attacks. It really kind of makes you kind of look at using different types of weapons and stuff like that, because of the different ones there were. So, you know, like using a torch and a warhorn as weapons. Yeah, it's actually pretty good, to be honest. I actually still use my my axe and my warhorn as I've got both of them. Some of them using for a second set. Like a ranged attack. So yeah, the weapons are really cool. Actually, I'm really impressed with them, especially with the whole kind of, you know, unlocking the kind of, you know, skills and stuff as you play. Definitely something that, you know, works in my eyes. Completely works in my eyes. Now, obviously, I'm a slightly high level really. If you're wandering around here, I'm level 15. This is your starter area, so you know, majority of I think I spent my level 1 to 10s around here. Just doing all the different missions and quests and stuff like that.